Okay, so welcome back. Part 14. And with only 2 remaining after this, I guess we've officially entered bronze territory. Bronze medal territory. You know, keeping it very topical, seeing as it's the Olympics at the moment. And I've got to say, I've been absolutely loving the Olympics. I thought the ceremony was amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. And Team GB have done fantastic. The gold medals, all the medals for that matter, doing really well. And it just goes to show that, you know, if you plough the money into the infrastructure, then you will reap the rewards. But you need perseverance, you need patience, you need money, you know, and you need, you know, time, which I guess is the perseverance. I think too many people expect too much too quickly. Now, I will say the coverage in America has been really bad. I mean, I know it's coming for a lot of criticism. NBC have just done a bad job. They've had everything pretty much on delayed highlights. It's been heavily edited. They missed things out of the opening ceremony, like the 7-7 tribute, which I thought was a little distasteful, really. I know they said they did it because they didn't feel it catered for an American audience, but I disagree. And yeah, just having heavily edited highlights, it's just made it seem a little bit strange. And I've had to watch it live over the internet on some dodgy, you know, websites out there on the BBC coverage, funnily enough. But yeah, other than that, I'm really enjoying the games. I think they're great. So we'd beaten Brentford and we got through to the final against Swindon on the 12th of April at Wembley. What a game that's going to be. Really looking forward to that. And of course we beat Chesterfield, who were second. We did lose to Bradford. Always going to be a tough game. But in this one we've got Wickham, Port Vale, Aldershot, and then a friendly in Ireland against Drogheda United. So let's look at Wickham, Port Vale and Aldershot and see quickly where they are. Oops, what am I doing? There's Wickham, 12th. Is it Port Vale and Aldershot? There's Port Vale 13th and Aldershot 18th. So really, I think we should be doing well here. Now let's go back to the fixtures. How many are at home? We've got Wickham and Aldershot at home, so I expect to win them. Our home form is really good. And away from home, Port Vale, let's hope for a point. We've got 3 league games. Let's go for a minimum, well, an absolute minimum of 6 points. Absolute. But really, I'll be looking to get 7. So in an ideal world, beat Wickham, beat Aldershot, and in the middle maybe get a draw against Port Vale. Drogheda, not really bothered, it's a friendly, but there you go. So let's look at the injury situation. Stu's out for a month, so no point having him there. We'll put him in the B team. Oh, would you believe it? Looks like I'm ready to come back. Now only 70%, so I'm definitely out for the next game. Possibly the one after that as well, but we'll see. But I will come back into the A squad. In fact, do you know what? I'll stay in the B team because if there's no chance of playing next couple of games, then what's the point, really? So I'll stay there, maybe get an away game under an away game, a reserve team game under my belt as well. So let's just do that, and let's just crack on with the first game. Wickham really want to beat these. So what we're going to do? Everyone seemed to play well. Ben didn't and Dave didn't, so let's take them off for now. Ben and Dave. Let's put Richard on the bench. It's been a while, I think. I'm also going to put TG Apuleius on the bench because I think the only official games he's played in for us, well, have kind of been unofficial friendlies. Pretty certain of that. So I'll put him in for a league game. It's about time. Yeah, so left wing. Yeah, so left wing and that is pretty much that, I think, isn't it? What about how's Sean doing? Average. Who else can play on the left? I mean, we're pretty limited, really. Average and low for Ben. Scored a couple of goals lately. I think both games that he scored in have been games we've lost. But still, at least he scored. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's, just because of our options, which are a little bit limited, I'm going to put Sean on, even though his form is average. But his morale is better than Ben's, so that is that. How's Trevor doing? I think he played in the last 4 or 5 games, so I'll just leave him out for now and I'll bring Christie back in. I'll put Ash on the bench. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'll tell you what we can do. Let's look at... Oh, look at Sean, 86. Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring Sean out then. Let's bring Cod 2 fan in. and we'll put 1-up game over on the bench. Yeah, let's go with that. I think we'll win. I'm pretty confident. Wickham aren't doing too well. We're brilliant at home. And we're 1-0 up already. Pete to Ashley Escort, 1-0. So yeah, I am expecting to score a few goals here. I reckon a good 4 or 5-0, which is always easy to say when you've already scored and taken the lead after 4 minutes. But I think we'll hammer them. I really do think we're going to get 4 or 5. Go on, I'll take if they'd have scored there. Unbelievable. Yeah, so starting to come under a little bit of pressure, which is a little bit unexpected. But you're always going to get that in games. You're never going to have a game completely go your way. Although in saying that, they're down to 10 men. And can we capitalise on this straight away? Yes, we can. 2-0. Didn't see who got it. Pompey Game Room. Or Pompey Games Room, even. Brilliant. So, again, how many times does this happen? You know, I think about putting someone in. I deliberate about it. And then do it. And then they score or play really well. It happens a lot. Maybe it's just my, you know, psychic intuition. So, as a result of that, I think we can afford to sort of maybe rest 1 or 2 players. Let's bring Barry off and bring TJ nothing, TG Apuleius on. So yeah, we'll just stick with that for now. And at 2-0 at half-time, well, obviously into the second half now, everything is going just fine. So we're going to make another sub, 2-0 up. I think we're fine. We'll bring Pete off, we'll bring Richard on. Oh, I tell you what, saw Richard's name there, nearly got involved, nearly scored. Yeah, so it's looking like we're going to win, which is good. So let's make a sub, and we'll bring Ash on for COD 2 fan, who's done really well. And then we'll just see out the last few minutes. 3-0, brilliant. And Ashley Escort scores again, which is nice to see. Always good to see the striker scoring. Oh, he nearly got a hat-trick. So, yeah, 3-0. I did say 4 or 5, but come on. I'm happy with that. Ash gets the man of the match with a rating of 10, which is always nice to see. And pretty much everybody played well. Look at Richard coming on and getting an 8. So this is going to be hard for the next game, but that's good. Good to see. So, yeah, 3-0 and thoroughly deserved it. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. That was a really good performance and a really good result. Let's check the league table out. Yeah, that's interesting because Bradford and Oxford drew because they played each other 2-2. And look at that, Bradford were 2-0 up, 2 late goals, particularly that one, a very late goal. So that's a good result for us. In fact, that's the best result because if either one of those teams had won, they'd have been 2 points further afield of us. So for them to draw, a bit of a stalemate, that's good. We've essentially gained 2 points on Bradford and Oxford, so good times. Look at Gillingham as well. Where have they appeared from? It's appeared from nowhere. Look at that, rise up the table. And seeing as they're only a point behind us, I guess we'd better keep an eye out for them. Okay, Port Vale away from home. You know what our away record is like? Scandalous. Look at that. Lost, 1 lost. But before that, we probably lost another couple. Home form, fantastic. But, yeah. In fact, speaking of Gillingham, they're top of the form table. Wow. So this is going to be tough. So what do I do? Because everybody played well. So I think what I'm going to do is slightly mix it up. I'll put Matthias on the bench. I'll start with Sean. He's back now, but I will put COD 2 fan back on the bench. But apart from that, I think changing a winning team is a little bit silly because it was so comprehensive as well. I mean, they did have a man sent off, which made it somewhat easier. But still, I think we're going to go with that. Should we do that? Yeah, let's just do it. Port Vale. We'll mix it up for the next game. I don't want to play 3 games back to back. 1-0. Brilliant start. Yeah, what I was going to say is I don't want to play 3 games in a row, I should say, where, you know, we're using the same team. I do want to mix it up a little bit, but not to the point of, you know, risking getting 3 points, or even 1 point for that matter. Oh, Owen, 2-0. This is all going really, really well. And I knew I could sense something after that Brentford game that we won away, and I thought it was some kind of hoodoo that we were finally lifting. And it seems to be the case. And this is kind of confirmation. Away from home, we're rubbish away, and we're 2-0 up. So maybe we're just hitting form at the right time of the season. And it's about bloody time as well. Could have been 3 there. So yeah, this is brilliant. This is going really, really well. Look at that. Completely shutting them out. 54% possession. We're doing brilliant. So I'm going to rest a couple of players, essentially. Let's bring Sean off. Bring Ash on. And I'll bring Pete off and Richard on. And I'm hoping that we won't blow a 2-goal lead. 3-0. Did Richard just score after coming on? He did. This is happening every time. He scored again. What drugs is Richard on? What drugs are we on? 4-0. This is unbelievable. This is just, stop hammer time. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5. Tell you what, let's make the last sub. Let's bring COD 2 fan on for Ash. And yeah, what a performance. Now, if we can keep a clean sheet, bonus. But it's not the end of the world. I would have taken any win here today. Oh my goodness. Richard has scored a hat-trick after coming off the bench at half-time. That is unbelievable. 5-0. Well, look at that. Well, I told you I was a little bit, wary, if you like, of changing the team again. But I may have to keep it how it is. Because that is just a monumental beating that we've just dished out. That is arguably the best performance this season. That is unbelievable. Completely wax lyrical about that. We might even be top of the league now. Oh, hang on, no, we were 4 points behind, weren't we? Was it 4 points? I think it was. Very good. It was a superb bloody result. Still third. Oxford lost. Wow. Bradford won. Scored a few goals as well. But that performance was incredible. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. Richard coming on getting a hat-trick. And it's difficult, isn't it, really? Because what I was thinking of doing, if you go back, 2 or 3 weeks, is I was going to bring Crash Test back in because look at his goal-scoring record. Superb. But then I put Adam in, and Adam came in and he scored a couple of goals. And then I played Adam in the next game because he'd scored, so that left Crash Test out. And then I left Adam out to put Richard in, and now Richard's taken his chance, so it's all about taking your chance, isn't it? And look at that, I mean, that is impressive. 3 goals in 6 for the reserves, 3 in 8 for us. Kind of like 3 in 1, really, if you just take the last game. So, wow. Richard, what an introduction. That is unreal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring myself back in. Oh, should I do it now? I've played 2 games in the reserves. Yeah, let's just do it now in case I forget. So that's me back. Now, Chris Marder Games will probably be ready for selection next week, maybe the week after. We've got Stu, who's out for a month. We've got Woodlin, who's out for a few weeks. So Carl will be back soon. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring... Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do now, actually. I'll put Karen in the B team because she's not been in there for a while. And I'll call up Neil. And another reason why I'm going to do this is because the last game in this vid... Oh, if I get into the main screen... is a friendly against Drogheda. And if you remember last time, against Macclesfield, that disaster of a friendly, where Karen played the whole game, and I didn't have a sub-keeper on the bench. And I did say what I'm thinking of doing is having Neil play the entire game against Drogheda. And I think that's fair, just to even it up a little bit. So, yeah, unbelievable. Aldershot next, and if we can win that, look at the roll we're on. We're not conceding goals, look at this. I've just realised. Wow, 10 goals in 3 games, 3 clean sheets. A home game against Aldershot coming up. Easy. Yeah, so that was a fantastic result. Really pleased with that. Let's check out the table. Yeah, 3rd position. Really, really good. And now with a home match against Aldershot. So, yeah, things are looking great. Minx is out with a cold. Come on, Craig. We'll give him the Lucasade. Pack of tunes. I don't even know if they're still making tunes. You know, I'm sure they are. Craig's recovered from his cold. So just a 24, 48 hour gig going on there. Back to full health. Well, 96% anyway. International results. Should we have a little bit of a gander? Why not? England 6, South Africa 1. Wow. France 5, Saudi Arabia 1. Who scored for them? Anything else sticking out? Brazil? Expect them to get a bit more than 3, wouldn't you? But a win's a win. Germany 4-0 against Greece. Spain beating Holland. Anything else? Not really. Trustef wants to leave, but you can't. And you don't really want to anyway. Just causing a scene. But yeah, I think it's 3 games without conceding a goal. And that's really encouraging. Especially at this stage of the season. Transfer deadline. Should we buy some players? Nah, I'm not going to. Although it would add a little bit of an edge, wouldn't it? A new edge, new dynamic to the game. But I think I've made the right decision in sticking to YouTubers. It's just that little bit more personal, isn't it, really? Nope, Adam, you're not going anywhere either. You also want to stay, you're just causing problems. Right, anyway, here we go. So this is a really big game. Now, the problem is, everyone played exceptionally well last time. I mean, that result is insane. But, I mean, what do I do? Should I start Richard? I mean, everyone's probably going, oh yeah, you've got to start him because, you know, he's got a hat-trick coming on as a sub. That's unbelievable. But then again, this has happened before where a striker's done, or any player, quite frankly, has come on, they've done well, and then you've, you know, or I've went, well, I'll play them in the next game, and then they've not really done anything. So I think it's going to happen again. But I just think I've got to do it. You know, it'll be a bit harsh not to. So Richard starts instead of Pete. But Pete will go on the bench. And apart from that, oh, let's put Neil on the bench. Oh, actually, what about the... Yeah, next week we're going to bring Chris back because 87, yeah, he wouldn't even have been fit anyway, to be honest. But I still brought myself back. Then again, 97. But I am suspended for this game. So yeah, I think that's all right. Maybe... No, let's just go with that. The last game was superb, and you can't really change anything. 1-0 up after less than a minute, and that's good. So we've got off to a flying start here. Not, because they've equalised. Well, that was a little bit... Oh, okay, it's been disallowed. Fair enough. We've not seen a disallowed goal for a while, have we? Remember earlier on in the season? Richard scored again. Richard, what are you doing to me here? Can't leave you out if you keep scoring. And Crash Test is furious because now he's not getting a game. Ashley's just scored another one. This is unbelievable. We're scoring so many goals. And the strikers, more importantly, are getting them as well. Richard's got another. This is unreal. He's on his 2nd successive hat-trick. Who'd have thought this? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. In fact, I was starting to say something a minute ago and then that goal interrupted it and I've completely forgotten what I was on about. But who cares? 4-0 up at the break. And more impressively, Richard getting 2 again. 5 in 2 games. Unreal. We're doing really well. Talk about confidence. Ash has got his hat-trick. This is amazing. 5-0 up again. I'll tell you what. Is this a sign? Are we looking at champions? Champions elect. Let's bring Sean off. Ash on. Bring Matthias on for Dave. And then I'll bring Pete on. Oh, actually, let's change that. What I'll do is I'll take Darren off for Pete. and bring him on. And then I'll bring Ash on for Christie, yellow card. And then Matthias, who was going to come on a minute ago, now will come on for Mark, who's also on a yellow card, at centre-back. So 3 centre-backs. Everyone's kind of in their right position here. Let's switch Owen, actually, around with Ash, because he's more right-sided. Yeah, happy with that. Triple substitution. We don't do that a lot, but we're doing it now. And if they can not score, so if we can keep a clean sheet, that'll be even better. Well, I tell you what, we're trying our best to let them score. But even if they do, who cares? The performance has been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, they're having a lot of chances at the end since I changed to a more attacking formation. So that's a bit of a warning. But still, look at that. Second successive 5-0 win. Hat-trick from Ash. 2 more from Richard. Unbelievable. I don't know what to look at that. All 5 shots went in. Now, that is a little bit concerning in a sense. Although at the same time, it's showing that we're really clinical. But I'm just thinking we didn't create more than that. But yeah, still, let's not put a downer on it. That's just amazing. Although it's quite funny. 5 shots on goal, 5 shots on target, 5-0. Unbelievable. Second successive 5-0 win. And what is that, the 4th game in a row now we've not conceded a goal? I tell you what, it's looking good. The 5-0 Division 3 win against Aldershot was a very good result. It was a superb result. We're still 3rd because, let me see, we're at Oxford. They won 3-0 against Port Vale, who we hammered last week. Bradford drew 1-1 against Rotherham. Now, that's an interesting result. Now, Rotherham, if you remember, are the ones that stitched us up. Like a right kipper. What was it, 3 vids back? We lost 3-1. That's in the past now. We're a changed team. So, yeah, really pleased. Oh. Still 3rd, but 2 points now. 2 points in it. This is exciting. Things are just going really well. I reckon we can easily do this. So I've returned from suspension, and I'll be coming back into a team that has won its last 2 games 5-0. I tell you what, I think I might have to go on the bench. I think that's the best thing to do. Not upset the apple cart, on the bench. City beating United in the League Cup final. Who scored? Of course, Aguero. Now, I tell you what, it's time for a bit of singing again. It made me laugh. Football singing, that is, not serious singing. Because if anyone knows the situation, and I'll condense it into a nutshell, as another footballing cliche goes. City basically won the league, the Premier League last season, ironically against United. The game was against QPR. The game had finished, basically. 2 minutes of injury time had been played. City needed to score 2 goals because a draw wouldn't have been good enough. They were losing 2-1 at the time. They needed to win. United's game had finished, just a minute or so before. They're on the pitch celebrating because they got the result they needed. And as far as they were concerned, they were going to win the league because City were losing. And they had to score twice. Now, Edin Dzeko scored in like the 92nd minute. I think it was 92 minutes, 14 seconds or something. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, he scored, which was 2-2, but that still wouldn't have been enough. City needed to win the game, to win the league for the first time in 40 years. 40! Not 4, not 14. 40! Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, deep into stoppage time, pretty much the last kick of the game, when you watch it back, pretty much was. And Aguero scored. Anyway, if you watch some of the foreign commentary on YouTube, I think he was from Argentina, but I can't swear that. I thought he was South America somewhere. And when he scored the goal, he did this. Na 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 na, na 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 na, hey, Kun Aguero, na 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 na. Oh, then he just kept repeating himself. Live television. Could you imagine, like Martin Tyler on Sky Sports doing that? Unbelievable. I tell you what, the South Americans are mental. If they're not doing things like that, they're doing the goal, which goes on for like 3 hours long. But yes, that's funny. So I'd YouTube that if you can. Obviously, he probably does a much better impression than I did when it comes to singing that, but it was just really funny. And what memories. Unbelievable. Unbelievable watching that game. But I tell you what, there's probably, let me see, 0 Manchester City fans watching this, so there's no point me, talking about it, is there really? So let's move on. Craig is out for a few weeks with a groin strain. I won't ask how you got that, Craig. Move on. And the YouTube FC directors are delighted with your overall performance as manager. Keep up the good work. I will, thank you. So yeah, things are going really, really well. And now we've got the friendly against Drogheda. And this should be a bit of a procession. He says, wait until we'll probably lose it now. So I'm going to take everyone out. And as per usual, as I always say, we're going to play a fringe team, but with the inclusion of some first teamers, just to mix it up a little bit. So everyone comes out. Now what I'm going to do, a little bit selfish, I'm going to play myself because I haven't played for about 4 or 5 games, I think, with the injury and suspension. And I don't want to just walk into the first team, so I want to get a decent game under my belt. Could the same be said for anyone else? Let's see. I can't call anyone up. All right, well, I'll do that next time. Chris needs to come back into the first team. Let's see. Let's start with Richard. He's on form, even though this is just a friendly. And actually, let's put Crash Test there, and then Richard. And then we'll put Adam on the bench. We'll start with COD 2 fan. We'll put Pedro on the bench. We'll start with Ben, because I don't think Ben has played for 2 or 3 games. So again, people who have played quite a lot, and Ben has played 34 first team games, so I'd like him to get a game under his belt as well. Let's see. Left back, let's put Martin. At right back, we'll have... Craig's injured. So it's Den. We'll put Riddler on the bench. And at centre-back, we'll have TG Apuleius. Along with... what should we do? Along with Barry. And then we need one more midfielder. We'll have Trevor. And we'll put Shock 16 on the bench. Adam. So yeah, pleased with that. Gonna be a little bit extra selfish. Make myself captain. I'm making no apologies for this, by the way. Player manager, you know, I've got to play myself, haven't I? You've got to look up to me. I can't be the manager, play myself, and have someone else as the captain. I mean, come on. That's how I'm defending myself anyway. Crash Tester scored. That's his first goal for ages, but to be fair, he hasn't played for ages. So that'll be nice. That'll be good to... He scored again. Nice little reminder. And I was going to say there, it would be nice to kind of, you know, put him back into my mind, if you like, when it comes to first team selection. But unluckily for him, Adam came in and scored a couple, and then even more unluckily to the pair of them, Richard has come in and scored 5 goals in his last 2 games. In fact, his last 1.5 games, really. And he's nearly scored another. So yeah, things are going well. I thought we were always going to win this game. Not really going to be posed that much of a threat by Drogheda. But you never know with us, especially away from home. But hopefully we've got over that hoodoo. 3-0, hat-trick from Crash Test. Again, it's unbelievable. Really is. So I'm going to bring... shouldn't have played Alan. What did I do that for? That was risky. So Neil's going to come on for the second half. Riddler can come on at right back. And Pedro can come on the wing. And then we'll make the other 2 subs sometime in the, I don't know, 65, 70-minute mark. Maybe it's a subconscious thing again to play Trevor and Alan in Ireland. Another little homecoming. Maybe that was in the back of my mind. So yeah, let's make the last 2 subs now, actually. We'll bring Adam on for me. Nice to see I've got an 8. Bit of a personal brag there. Richard didn't score, but come on. I mean, his performance his last 1.5 games. 2 games, really. Unbelievably good. Adam with a chance. TG Apuleius nearly gets sent off. So yeah, 3-0. We've been in control, although I've noticed 4-0. Has Crash Test scored again? I think he did. Unbelievable. I've lost... The amount of times I'll say unbelievable, just lost count. It's ridiculous. But yeah, as I was going to say, their possession bar has gone all the way down here lately since taking off the defensive midfielders. So I really do think that, you know, defensive midfielders play a major part. I'm not just saying that because I'm one. You know, so is Owen, so is Libosu. Well done, Adam, 5 there. So is Trevor, who's also playing in this game. And I think without defensive midfielders, you're screwed, really. You do need them. So look at that. Crash test gaming, man of the match, 4 goals. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've done it again. I keep saying that bloody word. 5-0 against Drogheda. And the 3rd game in a row, we've won 5-0. Manager of the month. I hope you saw that. But it's not just me, it's all of us. You know, I went up there to the presentation, made my little speech, thanked the team. Happy days. So, can this video end on a higher note than this? 3-0, 5-0, 5-0 again, 5-0 again. What the hell's going on? We're in form and things are going really, really well. So, yeah, what more can I say? See you next time. Fleetwood, Rochdale, Burton, Swindon at Wembley. See you later.